Hey guys, AJ from Design the Everything. You guys have been asking for more machining videos, but today we're going to do a talking head video. It's really easy to come across as professionals, like we always know what we're doing. We know exactly how we're going to make millions of dollars, but we don't. We really don't. And one of the big questions we have been asking ourselves lately is how the heck do we sell a $50 wallet? You can buy wallets anywhere. They're cheap. A $15 wallet or a $10 wallet has the exact same functionality as a $50 or $60 wallet. And we were trying to sell wallets for like $100 or $80, I think, if you were an early bird, which we expected most of our customers to be. But how do you sell that to people? I really wish this video could be me teaching you how to sell wallets on Kickstarter, because we just had a huge success. But the reality is we didn't. We got about halfway through our campaign. We were like $600 of $1,000 funded and decided to cancel it and come back to it later. Before this, we had ran 2 successful Kickstarters, the Spire Pen version 1 and then the Arch Tops. So I don't want to say it was a surprise. We knew that we were not as prepared with the Buttress, but it was kind of disheartening that the Buttress didn't do as well, even though we knew that we were not as prepared. So today, I'm not going to talk about what to do to have a successful Kickstarter or how to launch a product, but I want to show you guys the failed Kickstarter, see what that looks like from the creator's point of view, and I don't know, hopefully someone out there will pick up some advice on what to do or what not to do on a Kickstarter. I know there is a huge amount of interest in this community of makers and Insta machinists about Kickstarters because they are a good marketing tool and a great way to get capital without any upfront investment from yourself. Let's walk through the Buttress Kickstarter and see what we can learn. All right, this is what the Kickstarter page looks like when you open it up as a creator. There's this little tab here that a normal backer would not see. You can see right there that it is canceled. And we made $645 of 1,080 with 10 backers. I'm just going to go ahead and cut the video in here. This is the Buttress Wallet, a minimalist wallet designed for the industrious. The Buttress Wallet is relatively small, but it provides room for 8 cards plus cash. Unlike most minimalist wallets, it's quick and easy to get the cards in and out. We didn't sacrifice any usability to make the wallet this small. The leather on the sides of the wallet is rolled over so that there aren't any sharp corners. This makes the wallet extremely comfortable and unusually forgettable in either your front or back pocket. The Buttress comes packed in a walnut tray with a natural oiled finish. They are perfect for emptying your pockets at the end of the day or storing end mills and screws as you work. We expect the Buttress to ship in September. From Scott and AJ at Design the Everything and Paul at Spaceman Leather, we thank you for your support. All right, and then scrolling down, you can see over here on the left is our story. Scott put all this together. Over here on the right is our rewards. I believe this shows up exactly the same as a backer. So you can see we put in a couple GIFs, some product photography. I'm sure you guys have seen this on our Instagram account. We actually went to my day job, a company called, and took these pictures. That's in the powder coating booth. And that is obviously on one of the welder tables. It was actually great walking around the building trying to find things that where we could take pictures. This was not staged. Well, we put the wallet there, obviously, but the table was not staged at all. That was actually left there just like, just how the welder left it. We got some authenticity there. We had a lot of fun doing this GIF, just putting random stuff in the tray, talking about our design process, why we named it what we named it, and then explaining the different rewards here. Down here, we have instructions on how to back the project. This seems kind of silly that you would think most people on Kickstarter would know how to back a Kickstarter, but in reality, we're trying to pull people off of Instagram onto our Kickstarter, and so sometimes having that little bit of explanation can help. You never want your customers to be confused or guessing, so just explaining how a Kickstarter works on the Kickstarter does make people more comfortable. Even if they do kind of already know, this just clarifies. Or that's the goal. We hope it clarifies. We have the specs, our timeline, a quick blurb about us, the project budget, risk and challenges. Then you can see the updates we've done. On this one, we really only did a halfway update, and then we're pausing update or canceling. We decided to use the word pausing instead of canceling to indicate to our audience that we would come back to the campaign. All right, so now if we open up this little tab again, we can go look at our dashboard. And this is what you get to see when running the campaign. So again, it gives you just a little bit more details. $640, 59% funded, 10 backers. You get a cool little chart. We could see that people were dropping off. So at one point, we'd actually gone to $817, and then people dropped off, and it just went flat for days. Scott and I have a great tendency to choose the worst possible times to launch products. We launched the Arch Tops, and then I think it was about a week before the end of the campaign, all of the COVID stuff started hitting, and we lost a bunch of backers. I think we lost a couple $100 in the last 2 days of that campaign from people canceling because everybody was shutting down from COVID. Well, right in the middle of this campaign, all of the recent protests began to hit. All of the Black Lives Matter protests and the general social unrest that went with that. And that actually hit our Instagram really hard. And remember, our Instagram, especially then, was where basically 100% of our marketing comes from. Our Instagram analytics just completely flopped as soon as all of that stuff started happening. For whatever reason, I think, frankly, we're just not important compared to the protests. Regardless of which side you're on, everybody was watching that and just didn't watch machining. Or they were just off Instagram because they were tired of how overwhelming it could be. So as soon as that happened, we just, again, flatlined. We lost some sales. Several people unbacked us. And I think that kind of started the writing on the wall. Though from the beginning, we were hoping to be 100% funded on the first or second day. And obviously that was a long shot. We hit 325 on the first day, where we would have liked to see $900 then. If you keep scrolling down, you can see where the traffic came from. So this direct traffic, no referrer information, that was almost certainly Instagram. We had 2 people come from search, which they probably also came from our Instagram, but instead of clicking on our link, just typed our name into the search bar. And then it looks like these 3 people here, discovery category newest and advanced discovery, those probably were organic traffic from Kickstarter. If you look at this here, we've got 6 people that were probably from our Instagram and 3 people that were from organic traffic on Kickstarter. And that sounds about right from our previous campaigns. We normally bring in about 2/3 of our audience, and the 1/3 of the audience comes from Kickstarter itself. After you've completed your campaign and submitted it for review, but not yet pressed the launch button, you get to create a, I don't remember what they call it, but a launch page where you can have people sign up to follow your campaign. They will be notified when the campaign actually launches. So we had 55 people following our campaign, which is actually pretty good. But we only converted 3 of those followers. I suspect this is because we brought a lot of people from Instagram, but they didn't have a great idea of how expensive the wallet was going to be. Even though they were getting the super early bird pricing, they saw the price point being more expensive than they thought and went, oh, no, never mind. So that's why we only have that 5% conversion rate, or that's my guess. You can see here we have 524 people actually view the video. I kind of use this number as the number of people who looked at the campaign page. Is probably not accurate, but these were the people who were at least invested enough to care. 61% actually completed the video, which it's a very short video. This is a breakdown by reward. It looks like 3 people just backed us for no reward. They just gave us money, which is very nice of them. This was the ultra early bird pricing, which we had set at 75. I think we had this limited to 5 backers, but one of the ultra early bird backers dropped off later. And so these were the sales that you saw on the first day. And again, we did this ultra early bird pricing to make sure that we had enough people coming on the first day to build the momentum for the rest of the campaign. And then we had 3 more backers that were early bird. I don't remember what time periods we ended this, but the ultra early bird was a day, and the early bird was 2 days or something, limited. If you open up this tab again, you have the option to see the backer report, which is basically just information about everyone who backed you. I am going to do exactly what Kickstarter says here and respect backer privacy, and so I won't be able to show you that today. And then lastly, obviously we never got here on this project, but you have the option of sending out reward surveys through Kickstarter. I think you can do it through a third party if you really want to. But the reward surveys are how the backers convey to you what products they want if you have variations like different colors or finishes, their shipping address, their contact information, if any sort of customization. You would just create a survey and send that out to everybody. And you can narrow it down by, what kind of backer gets what and what all questions you want to do. Scott always handles that, so I'm not very educated there. But yeah, that's what a failed Kickstarter looks like. Just for fun, we can go ahead and look at one of our successful Kickstarters. We can pull up the arch top. So on this one, we were funded for about $3,300. Again, you can see that drop there when COVID hit. We were at almost 3,500. COVID hit. We dropped down to like 3,100 and then got a couple sales back right on the last day or two. We had a total of 44 backers and were 300% funded. On this one, we had a lot more followers, but we actually started out with about the same number. We picked up a lot of followers as we went through the campaign. We only converted 17 of those 140 followers for a 12% conversion rate, which is still a lot better than I think it was 5% on the Buttress. And interestingly enough, we had the same number of video plays, and I'm not really sure why that is, because that means that we had a much higher overall conversion rate on the arches compared to the buttresses. And maybe that's something to do with prices. Maybe that's because our marketing was better targeted, but it is what it is. Again, there's the breakdown of rewards. Again, we had 3 backers that gave us $3. We made the most money off the arch corals. Though, if people hadn't canceled at the last minute, the premium set of 5 was our top earner for a long time. Anyway, you can see that we use this as a template for the Buttress. It's got a lot of the same format. Maybe a little bit more picture heavy. But the arch tops were a lot easier to get product photography of than the Buttress wallet. They're just kind of inherently more aesthetically pleasing than the wallet and more interesting. And it was easier to get kind of more texture into our pictures. We also just had more options to choose from. If you take anything out of this video, I hope it's the idea that it's okay to fail sometimes. It happens. We did a Kickstarter. It didn't go great. We stopped it. It's fine. The world is still running. Design the Everything is still alive. In fact, we're the most profitable now than we've ever been, and we're just going to continue to grow. And we'll just do the Kickstarter again. We've learned from our mistakes. We're going to do better next time. Next time, we may fail. We may succeed. We don't know. And that's fine. If we fail, then we're going to sit down. We're going to evaluate whether it's worth doing again or not. If we succeed, then we have that money to put towards a nicer mill or a nicer lathe or developing our next product, whatever that may be. Either way, we're going to pick up and keep moving forwards. Either way, we'll be closer to our final goals. I know most of you out there watching are kind of in a similar place to me, where you are just starting out in a business or you have an idea for a business, but it hasn't really taken off yet. I wish I could give you the secret to success. I wish I could teach you how to run a perfect Kickstarter. But I can't. So just go do it. Just try. Maybe you hit a home run. Maybe you get to first base. Maybe you strike out. But either way, you're going to be at least more knowledgeable than when you started. Thanks to everyone who has listened to me ramble for this long. If you want to see more of these videos, I'm sure I'm going to make them and release them on the channel. Our plan is to do a much better job documenting this next Kickstarter than we did ever before. So hit like, hit subscribe, you know the drill, do the YouTube things. We still have arch tops up on our website. If you want a top, go buy a top. I think the cheapest one's $39, and they get a little bit more expensive from there. DesignTheEverything.com. I hope to see you guys in the next video, where hopefully we'll have learned just a little bit more and be just a little bit smarter. I hope to see you guys on the next video.